LA Knight removed from the title match against Roman Reigns. Why Roman Reigns' match at Royal Rumble is a wrong idea. What did Vince McMahon say about sex trafficking allegations? Toxic Attraction member on her photo with CM Punk. Injured star out for 8 months. Seth Rollins wasn't told about CM Punk's return. Roman Reigns kicks Solo Sikoa out of the Bloodline. Let's jump right into it. Why Roman Reigns' match at Royal Rumble is a wrong idea. Roman Reigns has the odds stacked against him at the upcoming Royal Rumble. This Saturday, the undisputed Universal Champion will defend his title against Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight, 3 power-hungry stars in pursuit of disdain against him. However, the addition of a fatal 4-way match at the premium live event might have its drawbacks. Let's take a look at a few ways the fatal 4-way match at the Royal Rumble could have been postponed or not taken place at all. Number 4. AJ Styles' addition seems rushed. There is no shortage of enemies for the Bloodline. Last year, AJ Styles teamed up with LA Knight against Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. The plans were thwarted when the Phenomenal One was attacked backstage in September by menacing Bloodline members. He returned in December, covered in black attire from top to toe, and attacked Knight when he came in for a save, hinting at a heel turn. The Champion and Mia Yim approached AJ Styles but did not seem to know the reason behind his transition. Styles was involved in a storyline against the Bloodline towards the end of last year, but his prolonged absence and now a sudden addition to the title picture seems a hurried attempt. Number 3. LA Knight needs a title rematch without distractions. LA Knight's WWE career took an upside turn in 2023. His persona and ability to savagely roast his opponents made him a fan favorite. Knight soon found himself taking shots at Roman Reigns, and this eventually culminated with an epic match at Crown Jewel 2023. Jimmy Uso disrupted the match in a controversial manner which convinced fans that Knight was robbed of a well-deserved title win. The Tribal Chief's schedule meant he was away from WWE television, and so the rematch never happened. It would have been ideal if LA Knight had got a singles match against Roman Reigns, with SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis banning the Bloodline from ringside. Number 2. Drowns Randy Orton's revenge quest against Roman Reigns. Randy Orton returned to the Stamford-based promotion at Survivor Series 2023 after spending more than a year in the wilderness. Randy was sidelined from in-ring action following a vicious attack on him by the Bloodline in mid-2022. The Viper confronted Roman Reigns and claimed that he was out for revenge and no one was safe. A match between the two of them at the Royal Rumble would have been ideal for Orton to exact his revenge against the Tribal Chief-led Bloodline. However, the Viper will now have to deal with LA Knight and AJ Styles too at the Rumble. Granted, there have been a lot of changes and additions of potential candidates like Knight for the undisputed title during Randy's time away from the company, but the legendary superstar still deserves a one-on-one match with Reigns. Number 1. Roman Reigns' statistics in fatal 4-way matches do not favor him. Saturday's Royal Rumble will be the first instance of Roman Reigns defending his undisputed WWE Universal Championship in a fatal 4-way match. Till now, Reigns has defended his title in singles competition, which has mostly ended with an interruption by the Bloodline. Recently, a Twitter user revealed that the reigning champion's record in such matches is quite dire. The rules of a fatal 4-way are such that one doesn't need to pin the defending champion to emerge victorious. Reigns has thus far competed in 6 fatal 4-way matches in his career and has emerged victorious on just a couple of instances. However, considering that WWE might want Roman to surpass Hulk Hogan's record of most days as champion, a title loss at the Royal Rumble looks highly unlikely. Who do you think should win the fatal 4-way match at the Royal Rumble? What did Vince McMahon say about sex trafficking allegations? Vince McMahon was recently named in a major lawsuit filed by former WWE employee Janelle Grant. The lawsuit has left the WWE universe shocked, as McMahon has been accused of a variety of things that supposedly happened during his time as WWE's chairman. However, in light of everything that has happened, has the former CEO responded to these allegations? The answer is yes. Although he did not personally address the situation, a spokesperson for Vince McMahon has responded to the allegations. In the statement, the spokesperson insists that the lawsuit is filled with lies and obscene, made-up instances that never occurred. Additionally, the spokesperson claimed that McMahon would defend himself against the accusations. This lawsuit is replete with lies, obscene, made-up instances that never occurred, and a vindictive distortion of the truth. He will vigorously defend himself. McMahon's statement aside, other parties have also come out and shared their stance on the situation. Most notably, TKO Group Holdings, where he serves as executive chairman, has responded. A TKO Group spokesperson made clear that Vince McMahon does not control the group and does not oversee the operations of WWE. Additionally, they wish to acknowledge that the subject of the lawsuit took place before the group's formation, but they will address it internally. Over the next few days, more information about the lawsuit is sure to be released. This will have an impact on McMahon and will affect his position with TKO Group Holdings and WWE. This is a very serious case filed by Janelle Grant against McMahon. The former chairman is facing serious charges that, if validated, could have dire repercussions. Nevertheless, Vince has faced multiple accusations and legal actions previously. McMahon has faced numerous lawsuits in the last few years, a majority of which are identical. Most notably, he was swiftly dismissed from his role as WWE chairman after being accused of wrongdoing in 2022. Currently, Vince is still a part of TKO and WWE. However, as things continue to unfold, certain changes may be made at the very top. What are your thoughts on Vince McMahon and the current situation surrounding WWE? Toxic Attraction member on her photo with CM Punk. CM Punk was recently spotted with WWE stars Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, and Jacy Jayne. Taking to Instagram, Jayne reacted to the photo of her alongside fellow WWE stars. Jayne is currently working on NXT. She is a former member of Toxic Attraction, a faction that consisted of Mandy Rose and Gigi Dolan. Jayne and Dolan were the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions during their time in the faction. Jayne, Punk, and Perez recently visited the injured Jade, who suffered an ACL injury during an NXT live event. Taking to Instagram, Kevin Owens recently opened up about the possibility of a feud between him and CM Punk. Speaking in an interview with India Today, the former WWE Universal Champion boldly stated that she will end up sharing the ring with the best in the world. He said, "I'm sure we'll end up in the ring together at some point. It seems like there's no way we wouldn't." Owens added, "We're both guys that probably, have done things their own way in a sense. But there's probably a lot that we're very different on as well, so I think it's a little bit of both." Owens and Punk will both compete at the upcoming Royal Rumble Premium Live event. The prizefighter will challenge Logan Paul for the United States Championship after recently winning a #1 contenders tournament. Meanwhile, Punk will compete in the 30-man Royal Rumble match. This will officially be his first televised match since signing with WWE. The former WWE champion has already faced Dominic Mysterio in the live event circuit. Do you think we'll see Jacy Jayne on the main roster in 2024? Injured star out for 8 months. Injuries in wrestling are not uncommon, and WWE is no exception to the rule. The company is set to miss out on the in-ring contributions of NXT star Cora Jade, who recently suffered a major setback. A new report has shed light on how long the 23-year-old could be out of action. Cora Jade is one of the promising stars on the NXT roster. She quickly rose to prominence after signing with the company in 2021. However, the star has missed a lot of in-ring time in the last few months. She recently made a return to WWE's third brand after 5 months on the sideline. However, the 23-year-old suffered another setback as she tore her ACL during a match against Lyra Valkyria on the live circuit. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the 23-year-old underwent surgery a few days ago and is set to be out of action for 7 to 8 months. Cora Jade may be going through a tough time right now in her pro wrestling career, as she suffered an ACL injury just a few days after returning to action. The star looks set to go after the NXT Women's Championship, but an unfortunate setback has derailed her potential plans. Jade has received a tremendous amount of support from the wrestling fans and her colleagues as well. She recently got a surprise visit from some friends in CM Punk, Jacy Jayne, and Roxanne Perez. The 23-year-old also posted some pictures with the stars on social media. Both Cora and Roxanne are childhood fans of CM Punk and AJ Lee, and the voice of the voiceless has been spotted with the duo on multiple occasions since making his return to WWE. Seth Rollins wasn't told about CM Punk's return. CM Punk's WWE return at the Survivor Series War Games 2023 will remain one of the greatest moments in the Stamford-based company's history. It could age tremendously well if the straight-edge superstar has a successful second run. The epic return happened right after the men's War Games match that main evented the Survivor Series 2023. While everyone initially thought they knew what was happening in the match, it seems like that was not the case. Jey Uso said nobody was told that Punk was returning after Cody Rhodes led his team to victory in the men's War Games match. During an interview with TNT Sports Main Event, Jey Uso claimed it was a complete surprise and that everyone broke character when CM Punk came out. Seth Rollins' reaction was the most talked about among the fans. With that being said, Uso made it clear that was a good thing overall. It was a surprise, Uso. You could tell all of us as soon as the music hit, we all stopped being in character. We're all standing in the middle of the ring talking like, what's going on here? I think there's a clip of me and Randy Orton, and they're talking that's on the internet. You see Seth Rollins going ham down there. I had no clue, and that's the fun thing about wrestling. You think you know it all sometimes, but man, it's cool to be surprised every now and then because we're getting the same reaction as the fans at the same time, Jey Uso said. The return has gone smoothly so far, although CM Punk has yet to have a televised match. That will change when the former WWE champion enters the men's Royal Rumble match on Saturday. During the same interview with TNT Sports, Jey Uso mentioned CM Punk was always one of the guys in the locker room before he quit WWE in 2014. Uso also stated the former world heavyweight champion knew not to spit knowledge on the Usos as they grew up in the business. CM Punk was never trying to big dog us or none of that. I feel like he knew we were genuine people, real people. Like, aw man, they're the Usos, they're gonna work hard. I know their family. I ain't gotta spit knowledge to them. When he comes back, we're different characters now. And I know he sees that. Like, yo Uso, y'all did good here. I can tell this is yours now, y'all earned it. He's always gonna be OG to me. That's just the respect thing that we have, Jey Uso said. CM Punk is among the favorites to win the men's Royal Rumble match this weekend, with Cody Rhodes and Gunther being the other top picks. Jey Uso is yet to be confirmed for the match, but his inclusion in the contest is pretty likely. Who do you think will win the 2024 men's Royal Rumble match? Roman Reignss kicks Solo Sikoa out of the Bloodline. As Roman Reignss prepares to put his undisputed Universal Championship on the line in a fatal four-way match this Saturday, things could get messy for the Bloodline on SmackDown tonight. Just the night before the marquee event, LA Knight and Solo Sikoa will clash in a rematch from the October 13 episode of SmackDown last year. The Enforcer has been on a downward spiral since destroying John Cena at Crown Jewel 2023, which was also surprisingly his last win in WWE. He has since failed to live up to the Tribal Hair's standard and has lost every match he has competed in that far. Despite his recent shortcomings, Sikoa took responsibility for his failures and assured Reigns that he would fix things last week. Unfortunately, he fell victim to Randy Orton's RKO in the main event. It's no secret that Sikoa has let Reigns down, and another loss tonight could result in him getting kicked out of the Bloodline just before the Royal Rumble. Of course, the Enforcer can prove his worth by helping the head of the table retain his title the following night, but this would cause a rift within the Bloodline and officially sow the seeds toward an inevitable Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa match. Speaking to the collection with Brad Gilmore, AJ Styles claimed that it's time for the Tribal Chief to drop his undisputed Universal Championship to him. What is important is the WWE Championship, and you know, I want it back. I haven't had it in a while. It's time for Roman Reigns to let loose of the championship and let someone like AJ Styles grab it and run with it. It's going to be a hard-fought battle because you got two other guys that want it just as bad as I do with Randy Orton and LA Knight, so we'll see what happens. The Phenomenal One has had a bad track record against the head of the table in the past. Will he make history at the 2024 Royal Rumble? Only time will tell. Should Roman Reigns kick Solo Sikoa out of the Bloodline tonight on SmackDown? LA Knight removed from the title match against Roman Reigns. The Royal Rumble Premium Live event this Saturday has WWE fans intrigued. One of the reasons for this is Roman Reigns' title defense against LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton. The Tribal Chief doesn't need to be pinned to lose his belt. However, could WBE be planning a last-minute change to the match? Solo Sikoa could be involved in injuring one of Reigns' opponents on SmackDown one night before the Rumble. That man might be LA Knight, who is set to face the Enforcer on tonight's show. It would garner massive heat for Solo, who needs a boost after a lackluster few weeks. He can return to prominence by spiking Knight over and over, just like he did to John Cena at Crown Jewel. But this time, the megastar wouldn't get up. He may not even show up at Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns could face Orton and Styles only, pinning the Phenomenal One to retain the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. This sets up a rematch against LA Knight for later in the year if the Tribal Chief remains the champion. While he might not be in the Royal Rumble match, Saturday is a huge night for Solo Sikoa. He could play a pivotal role in the undisputed WWE Universal title match, be it a triple threat or fatal four-way. Since there are no disqualifications, Solo and Jimmy Uso can freely attack Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight to allow Roman Reigns to retain his title. That is unless Nick Aldis himself bans Sikoa and Uso from appearing at ringside. The SmackDown general manager can make that official on tonight's episode. It would fit his character of cutting down any shenanigans that compromise the fairness of a situation. Despite that, expect Reigns to win the match and leave Royal Rumble with his undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Who will the Tribal Chief face at WrestleMania 40 then?
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me